Royal Caribbean just announced more fully vaccinated cruises this year. This time in the Mediterranean, Royal Caribbean just unveiled a new summer series of fully vaccinated cruises in the Mediterranean, only one day after it announced a different collection of vaccine-mandated sailings from Bermuda. Vaccinated against COVID-19 and craving a warm summer escape aboard a cruise ship, Royal Caribbean's newly announced 7-night Mediterranean cruises may be a good fit for you. These new Mediterranean sailings will cruise with a vaccine mandate. This means all crew members and adult guests aboard the ship will have to be vaccinated against COVID-19, while passengers under 18 years old will instead have to test negative for the virus. However, Royal Caribbean notes that these protocols may change as they are evaluated on an ongoing basis. Thoughts?
Well, we were participants in a Royal Caribbean cruise line a couple years ago.
Yes,
we went to Mediterranean. Went to Greek islands. A beautiful trip. I remember when COVID first hit, they wouldn't let that cruise ship come aboard. And as much as people were hesitant about jumping on a plane, will you trust and physically trust your body in a cruise liner for 7 days, 4 days, 5 days, where you're around everybody, you eat everywhere, you're together? It's going to be interesting how the social distancing is going to take place, especially around the buffet when it's food time or times to go show or time to get in line for onboarding, debarking process.
I think they're just trying to get back in business, baby.
Yeah.
They're just trying to get back in business, and one way to do it is, okay, if you're all vaccinated, come on here, we'll go on a trip. Because remember, there were 3 crises at the beginning of COVID, right? Crisis number 1, what exactly is this virus? What do we do about it? We just didn't know the biological makeup of it. Second crisis is, is this at the Wuhan food court, the wet meat market, or was it, a lab over there? There was the China conspiracy. And then the next big story was the first 2, before we were using the word super spreader, we had 2 cruise ships that were basically stuck. Was it
off of Washington?
No.
In San Francisco?
They ended up in San Francisco, but they were stuck in Tokyo, weren't they? Like Tokyo Harbor, the cruise ships at the very beginning of COVID. Mm-hmm. And cruise ships have never had a reputation for being perfectly clean. People talk about the water and food poisoning and things like this. So I think they're just trying to get back in business, and they're saying this is the way we're going to do it. I think it's that simple.
Get some revenue coming in. Yeah. The Pritzker family owns it. The Illinois governor, Jimbo Pritzker, 55th richest man in the world. The governor of that family owns the Royal Caribbean. It's going to be interesting travel. I think with what we experienced just coming down here to Boca, flying in Fort Lauderdale, just to see the explosion of rental cars and businesses and people coming down here, I think the same thing potentially going to happen here with cruise line people. There's the parties you were talking about. The person wants just to stay home. The person's okay around other people, and the third person says, "I'm fine, just being out and about. They're ready to go."
Who has the most influence? The radical who is like, dude, I don't really care whether I wear a mask or not. The radical who is extremely paranoid, don't get near me, don't touch me. We're being foolish. State of Texas is being irresponsible for getting people to go back to work. This is not the right thing to do. Mm-hmm. Or the people in the middle who are like, let's just tell me what the rules and regulations, I'll follow it. Who has
the most
more influence? The most influence for everybody to be scared for their criticism of the other side. Which of those 3 would you say it is?
I think it's the one in the middle, the second one, because they have the bigger, it's a broader base. People that aren't, they're okay with being amongst other people and kind of let me know what the rules are, we'll follow. I think that's the folks with the most influence.
What do you think?
I think people started out scared, and then they were frustrated, and now you have vaccination that people think is a panacea see-all. Just let me remind everybody, we get vaccinated for the flu every year because these viruses morph, they evolve. I think that seeing more people doing more normal things with a vaccination is a big peer pressure and drops people's guard to say, you know what, honey, we can go out now. We can go to dinner now. I'm seeing more of our friends do it. They take a mask, they're very careful, but they're vaccinated and they're getting back into it. We can do that too. I think that's the peer around you, seeing them doing
to get
more
back
things,
to normal, that who has the influence.
We all want to get back to normal.
I think that's fair.
And I think that's
what do you
where
think,
it's at.
Kai?
Which of the groups have more influence?
Yeah.
I think the radical, don't care at all, no mask, no crew. I think those are obviously everyone can look at them and call them the crazy ones. So in a sense, I think it's more not the middle, but the hysterical ones.
That's kind of where I'm at.
Because they'll play the victim card,
yes.
or they'll scream wolf. So I definitely think that those
and
are the
everybody's
ones-
scared nowadays, walking on eggshells. Did you see what this person said? Did you see what that person
Exactly.
said? Yeah, exactly.
What
I
if
agree
this
with you.
person's doing that. That's horrible
Yep.
because of X, Y, Z.
I agree with you there. So if you enjoyed this little short segment from the podcast that we did, here's another short segment to watch. Or if you want to see the entire podcast, click over here. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.